we're back in
because
this
now
world.
you're an authority. Oh, absolutely. The last couple days have
Man,
been
this is
great,
an
dude. It's
old
like I don't even mind
world.
working 16 hours. It's awesome.
Mm,
Because Bill's so much easier.
I don't know where my
Dude,
my stuff is.
thank you. Right. And yeah, and I mean, Carlos. Wow.
This is my house.
Right. Right.
Where's that water place thing?
Cool. Um. Right. 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 And dude, and I think they really took that to heart because like now they're coming to me like, oh, sorry we were, you are nice to us and you do treat us well, and I was like, yeah, dude, thank you. They get it. Um, but so not only that do they like, I think understand that. I mean, I'm sure they're still gonna get pain in the ass once in a while, but now it's gonna be so much better. Now I think like they have if they have a consistent site supervisor, it's gonna make all the difference in the world because now. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Right. So is that gonna? Yeah. Is that actually gonna happen? Because like tomorrow. Yeah. Really. Yeah. He. Because like yeah, even Jonathan and I'm like, dude, this is a little, I think Jonathan's doing a good job. I'm not criticizing him. Absolutely. Absolutely, but he was kind of encouraging the notion that like Bill would get to flirt with chicks, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really want him trying to talk to any of the girls. Yeah. Oh, my baby's good. Yeah. Yeah. So, no, it's all good. It's all good.
CEO Trumpenor, born in
I just want to say
1964,
real quick.
Jeffrey.
I probably already said this already.
CEO Trumpenor,
Yeah, this is
born in
I think
1964,
this is gonna be
Jeff.
a big change. It's gonna be really like significant for them. Driving a benefit. But yeah, I think I really can't thank you enough for talking to them about that. I think it made a huge difference. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, now they have more. Cool, cool, man. That means a lot to me. But now that I think they need. It's like exactly. When they have some sort of authority, it's like now it doesn't matter what I decide to tell them something. I'm gonna be like, well, Neil said, and then that I think will help to diffuse any kind of situation. Right. And I think he was doing a great job, man, as far as like keeping up with appointments and shit. But lately, it's become a shit, dude. It's been a shit show. Because how many appointments have they missed? Right, right. Yeah, I mean, they did definitely have to reschedule some shit. The other day, I was supposed to be there with Bill, and I didn't even know because we're so disconnected and uncoordinated. It's like nobody's giving me the heads up. Like his fucking case manager, who was like there at the house. Jonathan calls me. He's like, where are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're on our way back right now. We'll be there in a few minutes." But um, they had already took off. Like they just said to reschedule it, and I'm like, "Well, dude, this is." I felt like I mean, honestly, like I take my job. Like I know that like we do like a lot of people that do this job do kind of they do it because it's easy. They don't take it serious. To a certain extent, I take my job serious. You know what I mean? And exactly, yeah, exactly, yeah. So like, yeah, getting to appointments and shit like that's important. Um, and some of those, I mean, some of those are kind of like frivolous, like bullshit. Like Robbie has to go get his eye looked. Yeah, and it's like whatever. But
Uh,
yeah.
King.
Okay. So
So
then the
I
show.
am.
Yeah.
I want
Tomorrow,
to
Bill's
be
gonna
the
give me some
glitzy
stickers,
king.
and to
So
make
I
some
am.
clothes.
I want
To
to
get
be
some
the
clothes, we were
glitzy
gonna try to
king.
get the haircut
So I
today,
am.
but he didn't have the money at the car, and it should be on there by tomorrow. So like yeah, yeah, Jonathan, yeah, right. Jonathan said, hey,
My
the money
gosh.
should be on there, and he's like, well, try again tomorrow. I'm like, Maybe it's one of those things where it doesn't go through.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, and I
Jeffrey
called today, and actually, I don't know if I should have
Bezos.
done this or not, but I might as
Jeffrey
well let you know.
Bezos.
When you call, like,
Jeffrey
you can enter your phone
Bezos.
number in as
Jeffrey
the number that's connected to your
Bezos.
phone.
Jeffrey
You can still check
Bezos.
the balance, I
You
think,
did it.
without my phone number being
Jeffrey
my call, but it
Bezos.
saved, it shaved off
Jeffrey
call seconds or whatever, where it gets you in right
Bezos.
away. With
Jeffrey
I don't
Bezos.
think that'll mess anything up. I just thought it was worth mentioning that like my phone is actually like saved to that as the phone number connected to his card. And I don't know what phone number's on there before. I don't know what they used to set it up with. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. And we definitely got to step. I know this is a pain in the ass. I'm not really looking forward to this, but we definitely got to step it up with the paperwork because I think at some point they're going to come and audit us, and it's not going to look good. You know, I don't. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, cool. Um, I put a new toner thing in the printer, so it's copies are looking good, better. But I don't, yeah, I don't think that something's going with that fax machine. Like I don't know, another one saying the fax machine's not working and shit. And I think because he taught me through it and shit. So it's like, I don't know how if we're gonna get a new fax machine or not. But we definitely need that laptop because, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. 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 It just takes forever. It's probably just gonna take forever to get it. But and there was I think the other day, yeah, Jonathan asked me to send him all the work orders, and the only one I could find was the one that I filled out for the tree falling on the cable line in the back. And I guess they moved the tree, but they didn't reattach that cable to the house. Like it's still on the ground. So it's like I don't know. Yeah, and that we can't. I mean, I've been really trying to not. I've been like backing out. I've been just parking in the gravel spot, and I haven't been pulling all the way through, so that I'm not running over that line. Because that is, I mean, it's kind of like if that's the cable, and that gets disconnected. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, man. I think it's like Bill needs to
Oh
understand that it's
no.
just not going to happen overnight.
Please,
But at the same time,
no.
he does kind of have a point.
Why?
You know what I mean? I can't be like, oh
Why
yeah,
did he
don't worry about it.
just
It's no problem. You know, I
join?
can't just like shut him down. I
Why?
have to like legitimize what he's saying. But yeah,
Have to join the game.
yeah.
Why
I
does he have to join the game?
dude, the thing is like all the holes in the drywall. I look at that. I used to do remodeling. Like I'm not great at drywall, but that's like dude. I used to get like I used to get like $25 an hour to do that shit. Yeah, like I wasn't. Well, I wasn't. I was working with my brother, so he was like but and that was like some of the jobs. Uh, yeah, and like I look at that shit, I'm like, I could fix this. I know how internet works. I can hook up the computer. I can fucking do all the shit Stanley is supposed to be doing. But it's like he's got how how many other jobs to do before he. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Door with. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Really. No, don't worry. He He even asked me to move back into his old room, and I'm just like,
Man.
we just gonna, dude. He broke his old bed frame because he just has this thing about moving shit around. He wants his room to look different. You know what I mean? He can't stand the same like thing. I don't know. And so I haven't even been going in there, and it's wrecked. It's like I used to go in there and ask him,
Hey,
and then he started saying I'm going in
get
there
trolled,
without
kid.
me asking. He's 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 not even there. Well, he's saying he's like also echoing like what Bill was saying. Exactly. Yeah, Bill's fucking definitely instigating. R- yeah, in a way, yeah, in a way he is because I think yeah, ultimately, right. Yep. So. Mm-hmm. He wants, yeah, he wants praise. Yeah,
Oh my
I
gosh.
think it, to a certain extent, Bill doesn't really give a shit if Robbie. I mean, he'll tell him, you know, you can't do that. But at the same time, it's like I think sometimes he's kind of because Bill isn't gonna do that. Like, Bill is like, well, I'm not gonna wreck the house, but maybe I could push Robbie to the point where he is going. I don't know. Maybe there's, I definitely and trying to get like them to when he got Robbie to team up on me. That's what it felt like because Robbie wasn't even upset with me, and Bill starts saying all this stuff about me. Next thing you know, Robbie's like, "Oh yeah, he's talking about my bear." He is, yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah. I didn't really think about it like that, but he is a follower, yeah, for sure. Um, you have a guy, yes, exactly. You have a guy who's manipulated, and then you have a guy who's easily manipulated. So it's like perfect storm. Really. Never really thought about it that way. Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's it. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sure. Right. Um. Yeah. I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm like, dude, I'll let it slide as long as Robbie's okay with doing him favors and shit. But like, I want to be like, dude, you know, the other day, fucking Bill wanted to call Jonathan on me, but is too lazy to get up and get the phone. Robbie, get me the phone. I'm like, are you fucking serious, bro? You gotta be kidding. And then he's like, he does it, and so he's on the phone, and I'm like, Bill, you know, you can get up and get the phone, dude. And he's like, Robbie's my buddy. He does what I ask. I'm like, this is taking a weird turn. You know what I mean? At first, it was like I was calling him a fat ass, which of course wasn't true. I don't think I ever said anything like that. I Oh, really? Really? Oh my god. No way. Ha- That's true. That's true, yeah. Wow. I never, yeah. Right. Right. She, wow. So, dude, uh, for sure, yeah. And I think it's funny because, like, Bill, like, I think he tries to be, like, intimidating to a certain extent. Maybe he knows he's yeah, he's a big guy, so I think he's like trying to like throw his weight around a little. But I think yeah, if you stand up to him, it's funny how Bill will kind of recoil and like we're at Walmart. We're at Walmart one day. Bill's getting really impatient. The P card won't work. That's another thing you might want to try and fix if you need a new. Yeah, right. Without them being there. Um, I think that'd be. Yeah, I think that would be absolutely. Hmm. Right. 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 Okay. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I went and got some batteries for Robbie's glucose thing today. P card, man, that thing is trashed. it wasn't working. Yeah, you gotta swipe it, and then it'll say insert, and then it'll say swipe it, then you gotta insert it like 4 times going through, and finally it'll clear. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, well, it's like the stripe is messed up, and then the chip is messed up, and it's a chip card. So if you try to swipe it, it'll say insert chip. Then you do that. You know what I mean? And then, but eventually it'll go through as a credit. Like eventually the swipe will work. It's weird. But it's just you just need a new card. I think it's just like so wore out. Um, yeah, I gotta go. Jonathan said I could use that card tomorrow for something. I used it. Yeah, yeah. I don't see why not. I eventually there won't be this much overtime, and I think I'm just trying to. Of course. Yeah, man. I really don't mind them. I have a lot of big. I have a. Yeah, I mean, I just have a lot of shit coming up that I know is gonna cost me a lot of money. Like my car needs to be fixed, and uh, I have like a. I get some bills coming up. Yeah. Oh, really? What'd you have done? Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Man. Did you? Wow. Like what? Like turn signal lights and what? That's it. Wow. They talked you into getting a new air filter. Right. Where'd you go? Oh. Well, okay. I had like my old. Yeah, I had my old Jeep. It costs like. It costs quite a bit to have differentials serviced because it's like kind of a. They have to. It's kind of a complicated thing. You have to know what you're doing. Your car is not nearly old enough to even need that. You need like 75,000 miles on it to have differential service. That'll cost a couple $100. Yeah, my 2001 Jeep, I had the diff service. That was a couple $100. But like the air filter, that's like 20. If you get a K&N, which is forever, that's like a 60. That's like a $60 filter, and that will literally last forever. You never need a new air filter after that. So like for them to charge like 20 or 30 bucks for an outfit, they're probably way. Is it like I used to work in an oil change place, and we would tell people that they needed trans services when they really didn't. Just by being, look, your transmission fluid smells burnt. It almost always smells a little burnt, like no matter what. And yes, it definitely you definitely need to do a trans service once in a while, but like it's not